Something just snapped inside Starmer's Labour Party, and it happened behind closed doors on a quiet Friday. But make no mistake, what they've just signed off could change everything. It's a move so reckless, so utterly detached from public safety, that even some within Westminster are sounding the alarm. And once you hear what they've done, you'll understand why this may go down as one of the most catastrophic decisions of Starmer's leadership. Here's what we've uncovered. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. Labour's soft on crime agenda just took another dark turn. It's now been revealed that Labour's Justice Secretary has signed off on new sentencing guidelines that will make it significantly easier for foreign criminals to dodge deportation, potentially allowing hundreds every year to remain in Britain, even after committing serious offences. Let that sink in. Rather than protecting British families and communities, Keir Starmer's government is bending over backwards to shield criminals from the consequences of their actions, all in the name of so-called human rights and fairness. This isn't justice, it's a betrayal. Under Starmer's Labour, the only people winning are violent offenders, foreign lawbreakers, and illegal migrants. Meanwhile, the British public, who pay the taxes, follow the rules, and expect basic safety in return, are left defenseless and ignored. And the worst part? It's all deliberate. These aren't accidents or oversights. This is ideology in action. A warped worldview where protecting offenders comes before protecting victims. If you think it's time to put British safety and sovereignty first, it's time to wake up to what Starmer's Labour is really doing behind the scenes. This is what Robert Jenrick has said.
Two-tier Keir's done it again. Sentences for immigration offenders are about to get watered down under new guidelines by the Sentencing Council approved by Labour's Ministry of Justice. It means that hundreds of illegal migrants are going to escape automatic deportation every single year. I raised the alarm. I even produced a bill that would have stopped this. But what did Labour do? They voted down the bill. It means that our borders are going to get blown even further apart. Under this Labour government, the only people who seem to benefit are trade unionists, criminals being let out early from prison, and illegal migrants.
This is the real face of Labour under Keir Starmer, one that prioritises the rights of foreign criminals over the safety of British citizens. While hard-working families face rising crime, stretched resources, and a broken justice system, Starmer's government is quietly rewriting the rules to protect offenders from being removed. It's not incompetence, it's intentional. And unless the British public pushes back, we're heading toward a future where justice means nothing, and law-abiding citizens are left to pay the price. In other news, British soldiers could be deployed on European Union military missions as part of joining the bloc's rearmament programme, costing £127 billion. The deployments have been released in a leaked draft of the new defence and security partnership, which was marked classified and sensitive, the Telegraph reports. The draft says Sir Keir Starmer will have to consider sending British troops on civilian missions and military operations and missions upon the invitation of the EU. It will be negotiated at the UK-EU summit on May 19th in London. Joining the deal will be the first prerequisite for a third country to be able to participate in the EU's Security Action for Europe (SAFE) fund. The SAFE scheme aims to raise at least £127 billion through the EU's budget to buy weapons from manufacturers in the scheme. The government is keen to join the fund so British armed firms can achieve new contracts. Since Donald Trump's warning over lack of defence spending, the EU have been trying to ramp up arms spending. The SAFE agreement says that third countries must have entered into a security and defence partnership in order to open up eligibility. This draft, which was put together by the EU's top diplomat, Kaja Kallas, lays out areas where the bloc expects the UK to cooperate on foreign policy, security, and defence. It proposes new intelligence sharing mechanisms and coordination of conflict prevention, and joins plans to put the UK and EU on a war footing. There are no references in the plan on illegal migration or tackling people smuggling gangs. The UK will have to accept EU boats to continue fishing in British waters for the next 3 years. The leaked agreement comes as Starmer surrendered access to the UK's coastal waters for no concrete agreements. Foreign Secretary David Lammy said on Wednesday that, "We're pleased that we are now negotiating with our friends in Europe, a UK-EU defence security partnership," as he joined his EU counterparts for talks in Poland. The UK will consider its participation in the EU common security and defence policy, civilian missions and military operations and missions upon the invitation of the EU, the defence deal states. Finally, a number of MPs from across party lines have called on the government to introduce a legally binding code of practice for private parking companies to help protect drivers from unfair fines. It follows a Westminster Hall debate held earlier this week, which highlighted how fed up drivers are with being scammed by private parking companies who unfairly pocket their hard-earned cash. The debate was led by Martin Wrigley, Liberal Democrat MP for Newton Abbot, who has urged the government to take action against private parking firms. He explained that drivers have been frustrated with wrestling with a faulty payment app or an out-of-order ticket machine, only to find that they will still be fined. MPs from across Labour, Conservatives and Liberal Democrats also criticised the hassle of appealing a parking fine, which should never have been issued in the first place. According to data shared in the debate, private parking companies were seen to issue a record number of tickets, with over 43,000 recorded every single day, the same as one every 2 seconds. During the course of this debate, 2,700 fines will be issued, Wrigley told MPs. He warned that the industry's voluntary code of practice, which was introduced last year, was inadequate, stating that it goes nowhere near far enough to stand up for drivers. He also shared how the cap on parking charge notices remained too high, with debt recovery fees still permitted under the industry code. Put simply, they are setting their own rules and marking their own homework, or at best their mates, he said. Almost half of motorists who appeal get their fines cancelled, yet 80% of private parking fines are paid immediately without challenge, the MP explained. Meanwhile, several MPs detailed the tactics used by private parking companies, which include threatening letters which use legal jargon to intimidate people into paying fines. These letters, referred to as threatened grams, often continue regardless of appeals or evidence facts, the Lib Dem MP warned. Wrigley also shared information from a former employee of a private parking company who revealed practices such as breaching data protection rules by hiding data and creating a culture of charge first, think second. Other tactics included using equipment designed to be awkward or to fail, and deliberately targeting people who don't respond to their threatening letters for court action. Companies were also accused of double-clocking people coming in and out of car parks more than once, even if they have paid for tickets. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.